Two critical sectors of the industry, telecommunications, technology as well as real estate. What do they see in the budget, whether there's been enough to push the growth momentum? We have with us Sanjay Kapoor and Anshuman Magazine. Sanjay, I'll begin with you. Is there enough for maintaining the shining growth set by telecom industry?
You know, I would look at the overall budget perspective and say that there was a decision to be made to say populist on one side and reformist on the other side. My vote clearly goes that it's a reformist budget. I think the finance minister...
But what are the key positives which will push this growth forward for you?
Well, very clearly, it's inclusive. It's gone and touched down the bottom of the pyramid, and therefore if the consumption goes up there, then obviously discretionary income and consumption both are accretive for a consumer industry like ours. It benefits. Also taxation coming down gives more disposable income to individuals. But what was very heartening was that we've been saying for some time, and especially after Davos, to say in future economies are going to compete on physical infrastructure and also the virtual infrastructure.
Right.
And I think for the first time you see more noise about the virtual infrastructure. 250,000 panchayats to be connected. You hear about e-governance, you hear about e-stamping, you heard about e-taxation. So the word e has started coming up now in the fray. Yes, India will have a 1,000 times increase on data consumption in the next 10 years. Does it cater to that? No, but it's a great beginning.
You know, it's an important point. I want to bring in Anshuman here. You know, we looked at the economic survey which showed that in the last couple of years, especially in the last 1 year, consumers spent a high proportion of their income on real estate related costs, and therefore they put down some of the money on consumables, on FMCG, etc. Do you feel that this budget is going to make real estate more affordable for the next fiscal?
I don't think, affordability really depends on the market forces. Right. However, for the lower income group, I think the FM has got some very good schemes, 1% interest subvention if you're taking a loan of 15 lakhs. There is also one interesting thing he brought out this time, which should be scaled up, is there's a risk guarantee, a housing loan risk guarantee scheme, right, which really means the credit worthiness of a person taking loan goes up, because in case he doesn't, it's like taking an insurance against the loan you're taking. So the banks or anybody lending out to you would be more comfortable lending out to you. If that is scaled up, that will allow more people to take loans. So overall, it will benefit, today's budget speech would benefit the lower income group category. Rural housing is, given a huge amount of money. But to really talk about affordable housing, I think that's a larger issue. And affordable where in the urban areas, I think it is still a challenge to do urban housing. However, affordable housing, besides the policies and taxation, infrastructure is the key. So one end, I was very happy with him saying that he will fast-track funding into the metro project, right, in Delhi, Mumbai and the other 3 cities. As you've seen, a metro project not only in any city improves the quality of life for everybody, but it also pushes a lot of new real estate supply to come in. And that supply keeps prices under check. So in the urban areas, I think this metro project will make a big difference. But overall, for affordable housing, land has to be cheap. I mean, that's an acquisition of land, that is the bottom line, as you know, and that can be only possible if infrastructure improves and connectivity improves. So infrastructure allocation of the budget of being 45–46% this time, I think that is positive. But again, the challenge in infrastructure is every budget we see a huge amount going to infrastructure, which is fantastic because that's required. But implementation on the ground is not keeping, with...
That's what's holding back supply, right, both for commercial and housing as well.
Absolutely.
But Sanjay, challenge which he mentioned is implementation. What is for you a key challenge today?
Well, in our case, unlike his, where a lot of allocations happened on the physical infrastructure, we believe that last year for the first time 3G and BW auctions happened in this country, and the amount of spectrum that has been given over there is very, very dismal to meet the growing broadband requirements of this country. And therefore we would have appreciated if there's more transparency around what is being planned this year around the 3G and BW auctions. And I would suggest Finance Minister should necessarily budget it into
look at governance. Quick summary of the budget. Would you like to rank it on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being very good and 10 being very good and 1 being not so good, Sanjay?
I hate doing that for a simple reason that budget is not a one-day event. It's a reflection of country's strategy over a longer period
Let me
time.
rephrase it. Budget as a statement of intent of pursuing reforms and taking good economic decisions. Does that come through?
Yes, I think if that is the objective scale, then I would say probably an 8 and 10.
Anshuman?
I'll be close. Actually, I'm normally, not, I would say about 7, because one end it was quite good, but there are a lot of bold moves which were missing in the budget,